لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد عن الرضا عليه السلام إن الإيمان هو التصديق بالقلب والإقرار باللسان والعمل بالأركان. As you receive the message of tonight, I recommended that they sent you the topic of tonight. Maybe you can choose whether you join this session or not. Okay, the topic for tonight is this one. Is faith only feeling or it's belief? Actually, I don't want to say we have to choose one of them. Maybe it's both of them. But you know, nowadays, there are some people who say that religion is only one feeling. It's religious experience. You feel something in your heart, and that's it. That's your faith. But what we believe, especially Shiite people, they say that it's a triangle. You know, triangle. It has three aspects. First, something in your heart. Okay, there is something in your heart. But before that, there is something in your mind. And after that, the third level is your action. But philosophers, Western philosophers, they want to limit religion in only one feeling. Something that you feel, that's it. You feel something, you have one experience in your heart, this is your religion, that's it. Let me first talk about the origin of this idea. You know, theology grew up especially in a Christian environment. You know, theology. And you know, in Christianity, we don't have Sharia laws, practice, actions a lot. So somehow, maybe 90% of Christianity is only one feeling. And they say that you have to love Jesus, and that's it. This is the origin of this idea. And some other scholars we have, like Dr. Surush and Shabastai and other people, who want to say that, okay, that's your religion. What is the conclusion of this idea? When they say religion is one feeling, somehow they change religion into something individual. What happens? In any age, you have one kind of religion. You are in 21st century, this is your religion. They have been there, for example, 5 centuries ago, 5 ages ago, they have that kind of religion. Why? It's like fashion. When religion is something that you feel, it's like fashion. Can you remember, for example, one photo that you took, for example, 15 years ago with that fashion? You know, the dresses of 15 years ago. Turn back to 15 years ago. For example, a dress with, I don't know in Farsi, pelisse and upel and these things. You know, and when right now you look at your picture, you see, oh my gosh, is that me in this fashion? Yes. Fashion is something that, for example, in every, for example, 5 years it changes. If religion is something in your heart, it changes. By your environment, it changes. By your location, it changes. By your family and culture, it changes. You can understand, for example, you look at one car, okay, it's a beautiful car. But what about those cars in Pakistan? You see, they're decorating those kind of cars. They like it. It's their feeling. If you define religion as your feeling, it's like this. It changes from one person to another person, from one age to another age, from one culture to another culture. Those theologians who talk about this idea, they say that we have some kind of moral values in any religion. For example, brotherhood, other values. This is the core of religion. But you know, it's not solid. Allah Almighty cannot preserve it. So He started some kind of laws and actions and sharia to preserve this core. The core of religion is morality. To preserve this core, we have sharia. Okay, so that is the core of religion. So maybe I want to have only the core of religion, not the, I don't know, skin of that. Okay, so the origin of this idea is Christian theology, and the result of that will be some kind of pluralism. That religion differs from one culture to another culture, and what I told you. Okay, this is the explanation of this idea. If we limit religion to only your feeling, and the conclusion of that. When they want to complete their idea, they say that, okay, prophets, have you ever seen any prophets who sat down with his own people and started to talk about one argument? No, of course not. They only started to strengthen the heart of people. Another proof of this idea is miracle. What is miracle? Is there a logical relationship between miracle and the claim of that prophet? Of course not. But it only calms your heart. So religion is this. Only calms your heart. Makes you relaxed. That's it. What I want from religion is this one. Okay, I got it. This is the core of this idea. And some scholars like Shabestari, they try to prove this through some verses. For example, that verse which says that Mu'minun are those people when they see the signs of Allah, you can see the tears on their face. Okay. You know, somehow they want to make religion something emotional. This is the summary of this idea. But what is the answer of this? Answer of this idea. You know, I choose this topic because it's one idea which is visible among the speakings of people. You know, in Western philosophy, this is one advantage of Western philosophy. When they talk about something, after that, you can find that idea in the speaking of people. You know, once upon a time, I came across one person who didn't believe in Allah Almighty. Okay, I started to talk about the arguments of proving Allah. After speaking 1 hour, I said, is that true? He said, yes. For my mind, that's true. but for my heart, no. I said, what are you meaning? He said, okay, faith is something for my heart. I don't understand you. Why do you want to reason for Allah? I don't believe in Allah because I don't feel that. That's it. If you prove, even for my mind, I cannot believe in Allah. You know, this person have this proposition that faith is in your heart. You have to receive Allah by your heart. I choose this topic for the sake of this reason. Maybe people, they don't talk about this visually. You cannot they don't admit to it that I believe in this, that you cannot prove Allah by reason. But they believe in that. Majority of the people on this earth, they are Christian. And as you know, Christian people, they don't have any specific Sharia, especially if you are a Protestant. They don't have Sharia, they only believe in something, and that's it. If we want to confront Western people, we have to know that. We have to remove this proposition from their mind first, and then speak with them about our theology. If we don't remove this concept from their mind, they don't believe in reasoning for Allah, reasoning for your theology. Okay, what is the pure Shiite theology about this topic? This is the title of this session. Is faith a feeling or a belief? What is the idea of Shiite theology? The summary of Shiite theology is this one. You can get it from this nice tradition from Imam Rida alayhi salam. What is Iman? إن الإيمان هو التصديق بالقلب. تصديق. You confess that this is your Allah Almighty. والإقرار باللسان. You admit by your tongue. والعمل بالأركان الشريعة. And as we claim that religion is, as I told you, a triangle. Fiqh wa sharia, theology wal kalam, and the third one. Yeah. Okay, this is the summary. But I don't want to prove it through traditions, because you know we have lots of traditions which prove that faith is not only by your heart. If you claim that I have faith in my heart and that's it, no, according to lots of traditions, you are not mu'min. Especially this one. إن الإيمان هو first التصديق بالقلب والإقرار باللسان والعمل بالأركان. You are not mu'min. If you say that I have the belief in my heart, but I don't practice, you are not mu'min. If you say that, okay, whether you don't have one of them, you are not mu'min. But it's according to our traditions. But I don't want to prove it through traditions. You know, if you want to have a good argument, you have to prove it through the verses of Quran. I want to prove it through the verses of Quran. I want to prove that faith is not only something in your heart. It has three aspects. First of all, let's go to the root of faith. In Arabic, we say Iman. What is the meaning of that? It has two meanings. First, being safe. Being safe. The second one, having trust in something. This is the meaning of Iman in Arabic literature. So, can we understand that through, these two meanings, that Iman is only something in your heart? Of course not. Okay, but as you know, referring only to the root of something is not a good argument. Let's go to the usage of Iman in the verses of Quran. What is Iman? How are the usages of Iman and faith in verses of Quran? Actually, in Quran, faith and Iman belongs to 22 things. In 70 times, faith was about believing in Allah. The second one was revelation and what was revealed. It repeated 40 times. Third one, believing in hereafter. Another one, believing in prophets, 23 times. Believing in hereafter, 36. Believing in prophets, 23. Another one, believing in signs of Allah, 9 times. And believing in the way of guidance, 2 times. Believing in angels, 2 times. Believing in unseen word, as you know in chapter Baqarah in first verses, only once. As you can see, we have variety of things. For example, believing in guidance. What is guidance? As we have in chapter Hamd. Okay, Quran itself, it says that. What is guidance? If you go through this path. Or for example, other things, as I told you, it's really obvious that Iman is not only something in your heart. If we had only the first one, what was that? Believing in Allah. Okay, believing in Allah, maybe we can limit that in something in your heart. But other things, no. But maybe some other things, for example, believing in unseen worlds, there's nothing to come in your actions. Okay, other verses. You know, before going to other verses, let me tell you this question. This question is really important. Maybe you can hear it through variety of faces, variety of forums. Do you have to believe by your mind or your love? Do you have to love your Allah, or you have to believe Him in your mind? You know, Christian people, they only say that you have to love Jesus. Actually, they believe that Jesus is Allah. So when they say that you have to believe, you have to love Jesus, actually they say that you have to love Allah. They say that is. You love Jesus, that is your religion. Come to the love of Allah. And somehow they want to say that, oh, you Muslim people, do you try to believe in your Allah by your mind? First of all, you have to say that no, it's a triangle. I believe in Allah by my mind, and then by my heart, and then by my actions. Even by my actions, I have to show my love to Allah. But how can we prove that through the verses of Quran? First of all, I want to mention this verse. قُلْ آمِنُوا بِهِ أَوَّلًا قُلْ آمِنُوا بِهِ أَوْ لَا تُؤْمِنُوا إِنَّ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ إِذَا يُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ يَخِرُّونَ. Whether you believe in it or do not believe in it, indeed those who were given knowledge. We have lots of times الراسخون في العلم. I will mention it for you. Those who were given knowledge before it, when it's recited to them, fall down in prostration on their faces. So it shows the role of knowledge in believing in Allah. The second verse, ما يعلم تأويله إلا الله إلا الله والراسخون في العلم. No one knows its interpretation except Allah and those firmly grounded in knowledge. يقولون آمنا. And then they say, we believe in it. Now we have Iman. Now we have faith. Those people who firmly grounded in knowledge, راسخون في العلم, firmly grounded in knowledge. If you are not such a person, if you are not rasikh fil ilm, you cannot claim that I am faithful, according to this verse. Ma ya'lam ta'wilahu. You cannot claim that I understood Quran, I have faith. And then you say, after you are rasikhun fil ilm, after you are grounded in knowledge, you can claim that I believe in Allah, I believe in Holy Quran. Let me tell you another verse. وَلْيَعْلَمَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ فَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ. Pay attention to the translation. That those who have been given knowledge, many, know that it is true from your Lord, and so they may have faith in it. So, according to these verses, first you have to have faith in your mind. And then you can reach Iman and faith. So, as I told you, according to the verses of Quran, we have to admit, first of all, we have knowledge and then we have faith. You cannot reach faith except you go through knowledge, according to these verses, which I recited for you. This is Quran, and according to our traditions, as I told you, and Imam Rida alayhi salam, Iman is one triangle. And other things. So, in this session, I tried to cover this question that, is Iman only one feeling or not? It's more than feeling. Actually, we Shiite people, we believe that. Actually, most of Muslim people, they believe that no, we have two other things. Yes, feeling is one part of Iman. But other than that, we have faith, we have belief, in your mind and then action in your practices. That is their question, and of course, as I told you, it's not tangible. They don't say this, but I came across this question. You know, lots of times it happens that you speak with someone, but you understand that there are some prepositions that before answering that person, you have to answer those prepositions. Actually, I don't have time, and it's a big story to talk about this through, to prove it through only reason, pure reason. I only try to prove it through the verses of Quran and traditions. For our scholars like Shabestari, who says that I'm Muslim, so if you are a Muslim and believe that this is my Quran, you have to admit to the verses of this Quran. But brothers and sisters, this question is really important, really important. As I told you, for answering lots of questions, first of all, you have to answer this question, that Iman is not something in your heart. It has 3 parts. And as you know, if someone says that Iman is only something in your heart, the way of strengthening the faith in this way is to strengthening your heart. That's it. But if I claim that Iman has 3 parts, when I want to strengthen my Iman, I have to strengthen my Iman in 3 aspects, not only 1. Inshallah. We ask Allah to give us tawfiq, inshallah, by the help of Allah Himself and help of Ma'sumin alayhim salam, to give us tawfiq to strengthen our Iman in 3 parts, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.